Now we start phase 2, which is decorating. So here's the icing. I've got icing sugar and I've got unsalted butter, which I'm going to make the butter icing with. I've got a whole load of colours here: blue, orange, ice blue, grape, violet, all sorts, navy, you name it is there. Then I put the icing on, and then I've got all these different things: bronze crunch, marshmallows, glitter strands, purple glimmer, all coloured bits, more coloured bits, popping candy, pink glimmer, bronze crunch, hundreds of thousands, shiny bits, some chocolate eggs, some white chocolate to shave over the top of it, and then here I've got my newly purchased very fancy 3-colour icing bag thing, so I can pipe 3 colours at once. You just put one in each bag, and then here I've got just my normal bag, which I've used before, and this one is another normal bag. I'm going to try and make bird's nests to go around those eggs, so I've got this thing's got really teeny little holes in it, which hopefully might look a little bit like twigs, but we'll see. So first things first, I'm going to mix a big batch of icing in here, and then I'm going to add colours to it. I'm going to scoop a couple of spoonfuls out, add the colour to it in here, and then put it in the bag and then ice it onto the cake. So let's get making the icing. Right. I am making butter icing, and that entails unsalted butter. Ooh. Isn't quite what I wanted to do, but get the butter in. Scrape off all the extra bits so I don't waste any. Fortunately, unfortunately, it's very warm weather here in England at the moment, and that's a little bit too soft, I think, but I'm adding some icing sugar to it. And this isn't weighed, you just kind of have to taste it and see how it goes. So, just turn it on. Mix it. Until the icing gets used up, the icing sugar gets used up. You don't add too much at once because it all puffs everywhere like it just did then. But it should be a bit creamy. It is again now. A little bit more in. So I've used half a bag there. It's a 1 kilogram bag. That's 470 ounces, and I've added it to 4 ounces. I think that's 4 ounces of butter. 250 grams. I think that's 4 ounces. Right. Let's have a taste. Tastes sweet. I don't know. That's it. That's quite firm though. So that's too much, that's too firm. That is not going to pipe. So I'm going to put another pack of butter in, because I've got lots to make. And I'm going to add a bit less. I don't know what's the consistency. Right. Try that again. It's very firm. That's quite soft. I'm going to add some more icing sugar. You see how this is after this. Give it a mix around. Get all the bits off the edge, that's still quite soft. Right, that's a lot softer, you can see. Still tastes pretty sweet. So I think that'll do. So I've used 3/4 of a bag and half, 500 grams of butter. So now, just going to take scoop like that. Put in some blue food colouring. And mix it up. That's not very blue at all. So let's put a load more in. And this is where you need to be a bit careful, actually, because some of these other colourings I've got are very thick and very strong. This one is quite runny. So it's actually made the stuff, the icing, a lot runnier. Still. Right, put that in the bag. Carefully squash it all the way down and scrape it off on the side of the bag. You want to get it as far in as possible and don't get it right at the top, which is what I've done just there. And what you have to do is fold over the top of these bags. And if you've got icing all over the top, they don't seal very well. Right. Let's pick out the rest of this. A bit more. This is where it all gets very tedious. I'll just mix this icing. Now I've got to rinse this bowl, dry it, and then mix another load of icing. So I've just stuffed this in, put this in the one side of this multicoloured thing, and just kind of squeeze it down to the bottom. Squeeze the top closed and squeeze it down. Right, that one is ready to go. I'm going to video. I'll mix up 2 more colours, put them in, and then we'll get icing. Right, this stuff I've got is really thick paste. That should do. So I've just scooped that out of here with the end of the spoon and just spread that on there, and now mix it up. And this is grape. And this is really expensive food colouring. You can tell it's so, because look at that teeny bit of put in there. It's a deep purple colour now. So, right. So I've got my, looks like any blues come out. So I'll just keep squeezing, I think those will follow. There's a bit of purple. There you go. Not quite what I was hoping for. Try another one. Better. So I'm just holding the top of this still, and then I'm just squeezing down all 3 of them together. And then just go around the edge. Fill in the gap in the middle. And then kind of flourish it up to a point. Yeah. And then just keep going until I've run out of icing. Do some of the lemon ones now. That's it. Yeah, this, I think, Right. So I've iced all of these. Now it's time to decorate them. So I'm just randomly putting stuff on top of it. Silver balls. Yep. Popping can, no. Bronze. Pink glimmer. Couple of them. Purple glimmer. Oh, that didn't go quite to plan. Marshmallows, they're kind of an extra bit. Hundreds and thousands. Or should I say sugar strands? Do that. More sugar strands. Which are the same. Teeny little dotty things. Multicoloured. I think they're hundreds and thousands actually. And they roll down the I'll do them later. They roll down the lines of the thing like a helter-skelter or something. Sometimes they stick. Right. And some of these. We've got two more. Start that again. Alright. Some of these. Giant pinky balls. Some over here as well. Right. Now I've got pink glitter. Just sprinkle some of that on. That's enough of that. Blue glitter. Oh, I didn't do that one. Blue glitter there. Blue on that one. Blue on that one. Right. The world is against me at the moment. I'm back in operation. The memory card is filled up on the camera, and when I try to download it onto my computer won't boot. So then I tried to download it onto another computer, and wondrous Windows has decided to go into an upgrade cycle, which I'm now stuck waiting for. So I've got another memory card and I'm using that. Alright. I've got some spray glitter. That works quite well. And some gold glitter. That works really well. Anyway, so that's everyone glittered up. Another one. Right. Oh, nearly forgot. Bit of chocolate. Grated on the top, always goes down well. Right, and we're done. Right, so this is my bird's nest one. Let's see how it goes. Put some eggs in. A few more around the edge. I think that is pretty good. We'll do some more of them. I think I've sussed it now. The thing to do is to do a layer all along the bottom, which makes the whole nest, and then put the eggs on. One on top, and then lay it up around the edge. Little bird's nest. Right, so the last bit I've got to do is these cakes here, where you can see it's sitting below the height of the case. I'm going to cover those in just plain icing. So for that, I'm going to need a load of icing sugar. Oops. Probably not that much. Right, so there's a load of icing sugar there. Need to add water. So, there's the icing sugar, and that is too much water. That's more water than I need. I'm just pouring a teeny bit in. Yeah, that might be too much. Yeah. And just mix it in. Way too much. But just keep mixing. Get rid of all the lumps. You can see that's really running. I'm leaning it over on the side, and I just rub the spoon back and forth, and all the lumps which tend to drop to the bottom, they just get squashed under the spoon. That's a really easy way of getting rid of the lumps, provided it's not too runny, because then they kind of fall, they kind of swish out of the way. If it's reasonably thick. Okay, so add a load more icing sugar. So it wasn't enough icing sugar anyway, so it's fine. And then mix it up again. And if I need to add more water, I'll add a teeny little bit. So this is close to how much you need. It needs to be really, you can't mix this in the machine, you have to do it by hand. When it goes like cornstarch, it's kind of runny when you don't push on it, but when you push on it, it's really thick. Right, and that is actually really perfect. So I'm going to break that into a couple of bits, put some colour in it, and then put it on top of these cakes. Okay, so that's those two mixed. To try and make it a bit interesting, I've mixed it very roughly, so it's quite patchy white and blue there. And I've done this one claret, and that's quite patchy as well. So now what I'm going to do is scoop up a lump and just dab it on. And you have to kind of let it fall. Oops. You have to let it fall off the knife, because it doesn't stick to the cake. I've wandered off. Because what happens if you try and move it around, even though it doesn't want to stick to the top of the cake, what it does is it ends up pulling the top of the cake off. And you just have to kind of tap it. That's not great. Anyway, there's one. Try and do something a bit more interesting with this one. You're just going to wiggle it off the knife, and then it just starts to spread. And then once you've left it, if you leave it overnight, it kind of starts to set. You can kind of just bash it a bit. You just tap the surface and try and move it around. You probably should have just done these plain one colour instead of two colours. Anyway, that's a bit more interesting, and then you can just put some things on the top of it. I'll make this one plain, so it comes out. Just kind of tease the edges out. That's it, that'll smooth down by itself. Another blue one. Yeah, I think they're better just plain. This one's a blue one, because I think that looked nice. And just kind of tap it, tap, tap, tap. Get it to spread. And that's it. there they are. This is the first one I did. That's the second one. You see they've smoothed out. These ones will get smoother as well. I'm just going to put some decorations on here now. Some of these. Purple glimmer. Once we've got hundreds and thousands. It should sink in after a little while. Maybe. Popping candy. And then a bit of glisten. See, there's this pink one. Maybe this one. And this one was a good one. Brightly coloured. Yellow. We'll go nice with the blue. Right. Bit of silver spray. Bit of pink. Pink on the blue. And here's blue on the pink. I'll get that off. Right. And we're done.